Massive wildfires continue to rage across the southwestern United States. Severe wildfires in the southwestern United States have destroyed or damaged many homes, forcing thousands of people to evacuate. Strong wind speeds up to 35 meters per second contributed to the rapid spread of fire. More than 200 houses have burned down in the last 24 hours. Residents of several small settlements were forced to flee. One of the fires in the north of the state, near the city of Taos, was recognized as the largest fire in the United States this year. Wildfires in New Mexico are raising fears that the region is heading for a fire-violent year due to years of drought combined with abundant dry vegetation, as well as strong winds. A powerful dust storm covered the Mexican city of La Laguna, which is located in the state of Coahuila. This is the second dust storm since the beginning of this year that rages in this region. The first one was noted at the beginning of February. A huge cloud of sand and dust reached and covered Mexico in a matter of minutes. Literally in 5 minutes, visibility in the region reached no more than 40 meters, and in some places even less. Video with this natural phenomenon was shown by eyewitnesses in social networks. At the time of the passage of the storm, the temperature dropped to +8. Usually the minimum temperature here is 19 degrees with a plus sign. Maximum wind gusts reached 30 meters per second. The country's authorities have advised citizens not to leave their homes unless absolutely necessary, and also to refrain from traveling in private vehicles. A hailstorm hit the city of Zacatecas, which is located in the Mexican state of the same name. It was accompanied by heavy rain. Such weather conditions provoked local floods. In some areas the height of the flood reached 60 centimeters. The hail reached a size of 2 centimeters in diameter. During the rampage of the elements, it fell pretty decently. In some places snowdrifts from ice flows reached 25 centimeters. The roofs of the houses of local residents could not withstand such a quantity of hail. A similar situation was observed in the other municipality of the Rio Grande. A heavy downpour with hail caused traffic problems. All the available forces of public utilities were thrown into clearing the streets. In total, the hailstorm damaged more than 20 houses, as well as several cars. Just a couple of hours of intense rain in the capital of Venezuela, Caracas, is enough to form such severe floods. A flood occurred in the San Jose de Coatis sector, affecting most of the inhabitants of the area. Many houses literally appeared underwater. Entire areas were flooded. The height of the water level exceeded 1.5 meters. This month, this is the second major flood in the capital. At least 800 families have suffered losses. Many people had to be evacuated, and no information has yet been received about the victims. Cars are half submerged underwater. Local residents hardly move along the streets. Heavy rains continue in Venezuela for more than 2 weeks. Sudden forest and grass fires broke out near the village of Provoked, Surrey, United Kingdom. According to the media, in total they covered an area equal to 15 hectares. 2 major fires were recorded in this area in Ash Ranges and Dolly's Hill Park. More than 40 firefighters and 2 helicopters are involved in extinguishing these large fires. As of today, it is known that they are localized by 70%. At the moment, it is still unclear what caused the fire. It is known that the first mention of the occurrence of these fires appeared on April 25. Authorities have warned local residents of deteriorating air quality in the area. On the night of Wednesday, April 27, the city of Casepa, which is located south in the Department of Florida, was hit by hail. In some areas, rather large hail was noted. The size of some specimens reached 5 centimeters in diameter. Lately, one can notice that in many countries hail has fallen, the size of which reaches 5 or 6 centimeters in diameter. Many local residents who witnessed these events shared video footage on social media. According to their reports, the elements raged for about 30 minutes. On Tuesday, Paraguay's National Institute of Meteorology warned of intense rain in short periods, occasional hail, and strong gusts of wind across much of the country. Heavy rainfall, which began on April 23, provoked mudflows near the city of Pinjikent in the Sugd region. At the moment, the road has already been cleared. Traffic has been restored. Local media inform that the mudflow caused damage to 48 hectares of agricultural land, flooded the basements of 15 houses of residents of the village of Zavron and 7 houses of the village of Navbanyad. Fortunately, there were no casualties among the population. Livestock was also not injured. At the moment, work is underway to clear residential buildings and from dirt. Large-scale forest fires broke out in India. In the forests of the Indian state of Uttarakhand, 125 new fires have been registered over the past day. The Department of Forestry of Uttarakhand turned to other districts for help, as they cannot cope with extinguishing these fires on their own. These forest fires have already destroyed 250 hectares of vegetation. They are growing at an alarming rate. Extinguishing is greatly complicated by the heat that has been established in the region since last week, as well as the mountainous terrain. Reinforced fire brigades and several Indian Air Force helicopters continue to operate in the disaster area. The main goal is to prevent the spread of fire in the reserves, where large populations of tigers live. The most powerful storm since the beginning of this year hit the Indian state of Kerala. It was accompanied by heavy rain, powerful sustained winds with gusts up to 28 meters per second. Forecasters have warned of potential severe damage from strong winds, heavy rains and flooding in low-lying areas. Authorities issued a weather warning and also asked local residents to be careful when walking outdoors, away from advertising and rickety structures. If possible, do not park personal vehicles near trees. No casualties from this storm have yet been recorded. Several cars were damaged on which trees fell. Forecasters predict such weather until at least Friday. Colombia has declared a state of emergency following deadly landslides and floods in the Cundinamarca department in the center of the country. At the start of the recent rainy season, more than 20,000 people across the country were affected by severe weather. 85 municipalities were affected to some extent by heavy rains. Severe landslides descended in the municipality of Villota. They took with them several houses of local residents. Others were damaged or partially destroyed. Many families were left homeless. A total of 6,800 families were affected, 117 houses destroyed and 3,000 damaged. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Hunan province in China, a sudden massive landslide descended. At that moment, there were 2 people in the cars that he dragged with him. Unfortunately, one of them died. A woman with a child was also walking. She miraculously managed to jump back and avoid falling. Authorities report that the cause of the landslide was the rains that took place in this region the day before. According to the media, this event greatly surprised the local residents living in the area. The ground mass collapse damaged more than 8 vehicles. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Good wind and weather.